Meg's career collapsed in just one night after all listeners at once switch off her podcast after 20 sec. Meghan Markle's new podcast has been savaged as a yawn on social media, with users claiming they have heard it all before. The Duchess of Sussex released the first episode of her podcast series Archetypes today, August 23. The podcast will examine the stereotypes and labels which women face. However, several social media users were not impressed by Meghan's new release, which began by rehashing a childhood story in which she wrote to a soap company whose TV ad had offended the Duchess as a child. Following an interview on the kids' channel Nickelodeon, the ad was changed from Women Fighting Greece to People Fighting Greece. However, social media users were quick to point out that this wasn't the first time they had heard the anecdote. One Twitter user said she wanted to turn the podcast off after 20 seconds once they heard the story yet again. Red 3008, at Red 6731419231, said, "So, Meghan's podcast landed. I can't have an opinion unless I listen, so took a deep breath and went for it. OMG. I was ready to turn off after 20 seconds when I heard the yawn soap ad story yet again. And could take no more after 1 minute 21 seconds. Others agreed with the sentiment. One Twitter user, Natalie Bridge, at Nataleb666, said she couldn't stomach listening to the podcast. She said, "Tried to listen but just couldn't stomach her voice with the fake giggles pretending they are BFF. It's rubbish. I even fast-forwarded it to see if it got any better, but no, it didn't." Others were harsher in their criticism of the podcast. Something and Nothing, at 6GP, said, "Claws down a blackboard might be more interesting and less painful." The Duchess began the program slamming the soap ad from Procter & Gamble, a corporation her and Prince Harry's charity the Archewell Foundation has now teamed up with to focus on gender equality. The 1990s ad said that women are fighting greasy pans. Meghan said, "I was furious. Women? Did I really just hear that guy say that women, as in only women are the only ones who wash dishes? And then I heard them, these two boys in my class, breathing life into my biggest fear." She added that two boys in her class saw the ad and then said that women belonged in the kitchen. She added, "They said, yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen." Oh man, this did not sit well with 11-year-old me. The beginning of the podcast is punctuated by voiceovers of an 11-year-old Meghan being interviewed by Nickelodeon, something which appeared in a Channel 5 documentary last year. The podcast series will feature 12 episodes which will host household names and experts speaking about women's stereotypes and labels. In other news, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been called out for hoarding their cashed-up California cake and wanting to eat it too. Royal experts believe Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have begun cashing in their California cake and wanting to eat it too. This claim has been made by royal commentator Daniela Elza, in her interview with Express UK. She began by admitting, "So, off they went to California to talk about compassion and making podcasts and TV shows, all lofty, impressive goals which have so far translated into sound and fury, signifying headline-making white noise. In short, they made their choice," the royal commentator went on to say. But now? Now it looks like they are about to go back to Britain for a trip which could carry with it the patina of royalty, the fleet of stealthy black Range Rovers pulling up to events, the cheering crowds and the big speeches. The problem is, having picked freedom and life outside palace walls, with this UK trip, it looks a lot like they are now intent on having their cashed-up Californian cake and eating it too.